Hello and welcome to another Magic 2015 gameplay. Today we're looking at a red-white tokens deck that's trying to be very aggressive and killing the opponent as quickly as possible. So let's take a look at the list real quick. We've got Elite Vanguard and Loyal Pegasus in the 1-drop slot. And Loyal Pegasus is pretty easy to activate because we have a lot of token generators. So we'll have a lot of creatures on the battlefield to attack with the Loyal Pegasus. In the 2-drop in white we have Raise the Alarm. It's just the best token generator at the 2-drop slot. And then Brimaz, just because he's that good. And Attended Knight, another token generator, because we want to have as many bodies in play as possible. And same goes with Triplicate Spirits, which is very easy to cast thanks to Convoke and the many tokens we have. Then in red we have Shock as removal and damage. Kranko's Command, another token generator, not an instant, but the goblins do matter in the deck. Because we have Goblin Rebel Master, which becomes more powerful the more goblins you have. And then our finishers are Raid Bombardment, only one of them. And 4 Trumpet Blast, which is the main finisher in the deck, and really takes advantage of all the creatures you have in play, because they all get +2/+0. Make sure when playing this card to use this only after attacking, because if you use this before your attackers are declared, it will do nothing and you will be very sad. And then we also have True Fire Paladin, just a value creature to fill out the curve. As you can see, we're a pretty low curve deck and we're only running 22 lands, 12 plains and 10 mountains, because we have those 1-drops in white that we would like to cast on turn 1. Alright, let's jump into a game. Alright, let's take a look at our opener. We have 1-drop Pegasus into Raise the Alarm. We can also cast our True Fire Paladin. We have a finisher in Trumpet Blast and Brimaz to top it off. So it looks like an excellent keep to me. And let's lead with our Pegasus. We would like to draw a Plains for Brimaz and for Trumpet Blast, although any land would do for Trumpet Blast. And yeah, this hand looks pretty sweet. One card that could possibly blow us out, as with any token deck, is Anger of the Gods, of course. And here, I guess we could play the True Fire Paladin, but with the fact that Raise the Alarm is instant speed, I kind of want to keep it up and represent something. Maybe our opponent thinks our Pegasus won't be able to attack next turn, so he makes a different play that will let us get some more damage in. Who knows? Alright, and looks like our opponent's also playing tokens, and since he's tapped out we can safely cast our Raise the Alarm. A reason to play the Raise the Alarm sorcery speed is if we want to play around a card like Negate, but most people won't be leaving up Negate on turn 2, so let's see. We drew our 3rd land, but it's a mountain and no plains. And do we want to do anything before we attack? Let's see. So we could go for a Trumpet Blast right away, dealing up to 6 damage for free if he doesn't block. So that would be 6 plus 4, 10 damage, our opponent at 10, but our board is not gonna look great, so I would like to keep Trumpet Blast as a real finisher. So we're probably just gonna cast the 2nd Raise the Alarm, either on our opponent's end step or somewhere in between. And I am going to attack here. This will offer the trade for both tokens, but we could technically represent the card that gives +1/+0 and first strike to 2 creatures, so maybe it doesn't want to block because of that. And if he also has a token plan going on, maybe he wants to save his tokens as well. But we're currently winning the race, so I'm not too concerned. And blue-red probably means he's playing some sort of Kiln Fiend deck. Interesting. So our opponent's being able to draw a card here. when he attacks with 2 or more creatures. We could cast Raise the Alarm, but I'm just gonna let it happen and try and kill our opponent before his card advantage starts kicking in. So let's cast Raise the Alarm. So here you see Military Intelligence, if you haven't seen the card already. And another Truefire is alright. So let's see, that's 6 on the board, plus 5 times 2. So our opponent's dead unless he has a shock, but I'm willing to see if he does not. So let's attack first, important with Trumpet Blast. And here he has the shock, so we could still go for the Trumpet Blast here, which is 4 plus 2 times 4, so that's 12 damage. And our opponent would be at 4, but I don't know if it's still worth it. We could wait a turn. I guess I'm gonna wait a turn, because if we don't kill our opponent, we might as well try and develop the board. This could come to bite us if he somehow makes a ton of blockers next turn. But for now, I'm okay with casting Truefire Paladin. And our opponent's probably gonna keep his tokens back now, even though he has the intelligence going. Alright, I guess this makes it obvious that he should keep his tokens back. Yep, but our Trumpet Blast is still gonna trade for his tokens, and this shock is gonna do a pretty good job as well. Let's see, so opponent at 12, let's say he blocks the Paladin and a token, then we still get through for 3 plus 6, so 9 damage, opponent at 3. It's pretty close to being dead. Let's say he doesn't block the Paladin, then he's at 2 and we can kill him with shock. Kinda like that, because with the ability to give the Paladin first strike, our opponent probably won't be able to block the Paladin, because he might not expect Trumpet Blast. So let's see his blocks. Vapor Snag, and it's gonna be annoying. He's probably still gonna block here. And we are gonna play Trumpet Blast, because we don't just want to throw away our tokens. So our opponent did have the shock and the Vapor Snag to keep him in the game, but the game's not over yet. We have a pretty mediocre board position right now, and our opponent does have artifacts / enchantments going, but doesn't have any board presence himself. So here we can play a Truefire Paladin and keep up shock, or keep up shock and Raise the Alarm. 4 mana could very well represent a counterspell, which in this type of deck I kind of expect. But let's attack first and see if our opponent maybe plays something. If our opponent goes down to 4, he gets in range of 2 shocks. So with 4 mana up, I see no reason not to go for the Raise the Alarm shock. If he has Anger of the Gods, then we won't get punished. And if he has a counter spell, then he will have to use it now. There's the negate. So if we attack and cast shock successfully, our opponent's dead. So let's try that. 4 mana could still have a second counterspell. Alright, so opponent at 2. Do we go for the shock? I would like to use a shock on his upkeep before he draws his card, so he would have to use his mana for the turn to cast a counterspell. But I'm not sure I will be able to cast a shock on upkeep in this game, because the phase probably gets skipped. So I don't want him to draw into a counterspell, so might as well go for a shock now. and see if it works, and it does. So I want to thank you for watching, I hope you enjoyed, and as always, have a nice day.